Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big Gator. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now we're covering ATP, Doha, Rio de Janeiro, and Del Rey Beach. We're still in the first round, second day, so get yourself involved in the comments. Let me see what you're playing. Keep your eyes peeled for my pinned comment if you want to follow along what I'm betting on as well. If you do like the breakdown of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way. Thank you in advance. If you want to get my picks as soon as I upload, or just want to support the channel, consider subscribing. It's the fastest way to do so. If you are feeling extra generous for the wins that you do get from this channel, because they're fully free, there's a link at the bottom of the pinned comment if you would like to donate, as well as a link to my free Discord. We supply women's picks. Yes. So don't keep asking me in my comments if I'm going to cover WTA. It's in my Discord. Yes. Follow the prompts. It's very easy. Now, with that being said, what are we looking like for today? Huh? A little bit of a risky first round, but came out of it just all right. Quite all right. Who did we take? We took our boy Arthur Fils to go over 12.5. In the match against Kamil Maifshak, he did just that and won the match for us. Clutched it out. Sick job. Good job, Arthur. And then we also took Ignacio Buthe. Money line. Now, I want to say, it was looking very grim in that first set. He looked like he didn't know what he was doing there. The crowd was very much against him. And clutched out the win against the lefty. Very well done, Ignacio Buthe. Very, very thankful. We have a lot to get through today. We're going to start in Doha, so I kind of just want to hit the ground running and get through the stuff as fast as possible. All right. Our first match is going to be Pablo Carreno Busta going against Halys. And like I said, remember in first round, guys, play light. All right. Now, this is going to be their first head-to-head. And before we even get into the matches, I want to tell you this as well. In Doha, the weather tomorrow is going to be pretty nice. So, daytime, it's going to be hot-ish. It will suit the big servers if they play in the daytime. And nighttime, it's going to be a bit colder, so slower pace. Better for people that grind on the court, go for balls and stuff like that. So, I'm going through the matches in order. Make sure you keep up with that because that'll be according to the day schedule. All right. Now, I'll re-say this. Our first match is going to be Pablo Carreno Busta going against Halys. Now, this is going to be their first head-to-head, but just based on quality so far, what we've seen, Pablo hasn't dropped a set. He's played Halys before, last year in Indian Wells, and lost in straight sets. But looks like Halys lost to Jan Chowinski, so he lost today to forget who, but he lost today. Both have been here before, in this tournament. And something about just this first round matchup, I say don't touch it. Don't touch it. They're both playing bad enough and well enough where this is that, both of these guys are the perfect person to play to get to the next round. So I don't know who's going to win this one. Really, it could be Pablo. It could be Halys. I don't really know. I don't think it's worth touching. That's my 2 cents on the matter. All right. So with that, we'll move on. Our next match is going to be Martin Fucsovics going against Habib. We haven't seen this dude in a minute. We don't see him often, Mr. Habib. Both have been losing a fair amount. We did see Fucsovics do something against Alex Bublik back in the Australian Open in the second round, but still not as much. Habib is on a 5-match losing streak, including 3 challenger losses. So Fucsovics is definitely the one that's probably a bit more in form. Let's look at his prices. Mind you, I'm not looking at prices for everything today because of how much stuff is on the board. All right, Doha. So it looks like minus 630 for Fucsovics. Don't really care to look into any total games or spreads or nothing like that. Maybe the minus 2.5 and call it a day, but I'm not too concerned about this match. There's way bigger fish to fry, and today I think it's better to move on with something a little bit more concrete. And our next match is going to be Mois Echargui going against Stefanos Tsitsipas. Now, this is going to be their first head-to-head as well. We know Tsitsipas plays pretty well on the hard courts. He was back here in the quarterfinals back in 2018, but we haven't really seen him back in Doha since then. So, something about this Moes Echargui guy, he's got some crazy skills at times. I've seen him play. I remember watching him play. I forgot who he played against. Let me see if I can find it. Vukic and Adelaide. That's where I think we've seen him. He was in the United Cup where he beat Taylor Fritz. Just saying. He beat Billy Harris, Shintaro Mochizuki. He went to a 4-setter with Thomas Mahach in the Australian Open. So I'm just saying... Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is Tsitsipas. I am fried. I am so fried. Excuse me. He was in Metz. That's where we saw him. We saw him in Metz. And he went to a tiebreak with Tien. But Tien beat him in straights. He had some crafty play. So that's something is... I would... He did lose Luca Van Osh in qualies and Mackenzie McDonald, though. So Tsitsipas should probably beat the dog shit out of him. But can't really be too sure. He's minus 111. Won't stick on this too much longer. Let's move on. I would say maybe take a spread for the Moes guy, but probably not. Probably not. The spread is probably going to be at what, like 3.5? Huh, 4.5. I like it at 6.5 if it's worth anything. 5.5 is at minus 220. I think it's decent. I think it's worth it. Worth the risk. But I don't like betting on Tsitsipas matches, so I'm going to say pass. All right, our next match is going to be Zhang going against Roberto Carbelles Baena. And when I say I have not much to say about this match. They played each other twice before. This will be the third head-to-head. It's gone 1-1. Zhang was able to beat him on the hard courts 2 years ago in Hangzhou in straight sets. That was in China. He's Chinese, so maybe that has something to do with it. But he did just come off of winning a challenger in Brisbane on the outdoor hard courts. Carbelles Baena has been playing qualies here. He bageled Mochizuki. So definitely looking like some interesting form. I don't think I will be touching this match, but I would say Zhang for a set, but I won't be touching it. I will not be touching that match. I don't think it's worth touching at the moment. Ranked at 319, Mr. Zhang, going against ranked 175, Carbelles Baena. But on their best days, they're both ranked in the top 50, so like I just don't even find it appealing to bet on. We haven't seen too much from these guys at a good enough level to bet on either one, so I say pass. Let's move on. Next, we have Yuri Lehecka going against Jenson Brooksby. Oof. Now, we know about Lehecka here. Do y'all remember Lehecka here last season? Do you remember Yuri Lehecka here last season? He beat Carlos Alcaraz. Did he not? Did he not? Yes, he did. Ended up losing to Jack Draper, who ended up losing to Rublev. We'll get to that later. But Yuri has been here before, and he's beaten the hardest person to beat. So I think him coming into this tournament, he's very familiar with the courts, the type of speeds they come at as well, the weather. Not that there's much to really go against with the weather here this week, but Jenson Brooksby hasn't played here before. Now, there was some wind yesterday morning, or this morning over there, that did affect people's play a bit. It's not going to be like that tomorrow. But I still think that Lehecka has quite the edge over Brooksby in their head-to-head history. It is 1-0 Brooksby, but they played back in an ITF Little League match back in 2021. So Lehecka is the favorite at minus 192. Kind of crazy for someone that beat Alcaraz in this tournament to be right, put at that. Semifinalist last year at that. Definitely plays well here. Would expect him to do that against Brooksby, but Brooksby has a lot of disruption to his play style. He took a set off Tommy Paul. Played 3 good sets against Bublik in the Australian Open. Lost in all of them, but got bageled by Sebastian Baez in Auckland, which was kind of absurd. But it's been quite some time since he played a Yuri Lehecka, who has a pretty much all-around game. So very interested to see how this goes. I would root on the semifinalist from last year, Lehecka, though, to get it done. At least for a set. Which is priced at what? Minus 480? Take him to win. Just risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. All right, let's move on. Our next match is going to be Shintaro Mochizuki going against Karen Khachanov. And this is going to be their second head-to-head. They played in the Australian Open. Oh, no. They played in Wimbledon. The first round. Second round, actually. Last year. Went to a 5-setter on the grass with Khachanov. Khachanov ended up winning, obviously. And he has been struggling a bit here this season. He's been having wins, and then he has some random losses where you don't think he would lose to certain people, but he does. If the conditions are not perfect for this guy, it's like he's just a walking L. Like, he has to be against someone that's significantly worse than him, and for the conditions not to like favor him winning, for him to win. If it's really hot out, he's probably going to play a lot better. On an outdoor court where the ball flies off a little bit better, that's probably where he'll succeed. So when you don't really get that, you don't really get the best Khachanov. Now, going against Mochizuki, who has been going through qualies here and has gotten bageled, but has bageled himself in breadstick, just random people, like ranked nobodies, locals from Doha. So that doesn't really mean too much, right? Just a morale booster. Khachanov's probably going to win this match with flying colors. And then he has some history here too, right? Let me see. Yeah, he won back in 2024. So he didn't do much last year because he had to play against Medvedev, but he should comfortably win this match. He's minus 780. I would think he would win the spread at minus 3.5. 5.5 is a little bit ridiculous. He hasn't been beating the hell out of anyone like that to be covering a spread that wide, but hey, man. I won't be touching it, but Khachanov should most definitely win the match. Maybe play him on DraftKings. Fantasy. Alrighty, let's move on. Our next match is going to be Zizou Bergs going against Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard. Gio's beaten this guy 2 times in a row on the grass and the clay. The only thing is that Gio hasn't been here yet. He hasn't been to Doha, so might take him a bit to get acclimated to the courts because it's not going to be naturally hot. It's not going to be hot over there the way he needs it to be. But he serves lights out pretty much everywhere, so he has the highest rating in serving in the ATP. But he's still on a 4-match losing streak. Had to, including the retirement he had from hitting himself in the face. Then we have Zizou, who lost in Rotterdam in the first round to Medjedovic, lost in the first round in Melbourne to Hubie Hurkacz, but made it to the semifinals in the United Cup. So, very streaky, but on an outdoor hard court, depending on the conditions, he might be the guy to get it done. And according to my notes, he was here last year, but he lost to Medvedev. So, we'll see how these conditions favor him. If they play in the evening, I would say maybe a bit better. If these other matches that happen before them take a bit longer. If it's taking place in the nighttime, I would say I would lean a little bit more on Zizou covering a spread, like plus 3.5 at the lowest. Just because if Gio does start to like ball out of control and has a good return game, Zizou's kind of screwed again. And he will be daddied by Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard on all 3 surfaces, which is the craziest stat to have because this guy does not be beaten. He don't beat a lot of people. So if he's beating you on all 3 surfaces, bro, get your shit together. Over the past year, like over 365 days too, oh no. You got to fix that, brother. You got to fix that, brethren. Anyway, we're going to move on. I'm not touching that match. That's my final word on that, by the way. All right. Next match we have is going to be another headbanger. We have Ugo Humbert going against Fabian Marozsan. And these two have played each other 3 times already. It's gone 2-1 Ugo. But the most recent head-to-head on the clay went to Marozsan, 6-4, 6-4 in Munich. Ugo won on the clay and the indoor cup, the indoor hard courts back in the Davis Cup back in 2023, so not even really ATP. Coming from a semifinal loss, finals loss on the hard. He's been getting close, having a pretty decent season starting off, but we only have Marozsan taking place in Auckland, where he made it to the quarterfinals. And then the semifinals, where he lost to Minchik. And then the 3rd round in Melbourne, where he lost to Medvedev in a 5-setter. And then randomly a Davis Cup match on the clay with Ethan Quinn, where he lost that as well. So he's been bouncing surfaces. He went from hard to clay. He's going to have to go back to hard, and he's going to have to go. I don't know where he was. I think he was in Italy playing on the clay, so now he's in Doha. That was a week and some change ago, so he's probably well rested. I want to make sure all this. Ugo has been playing a lot of tennis, and he's gone from where? The Netherlands, all the way to Qatar. So he might be tired. He's been playing a lot of tennis as well. Marozsan might be someone who might catch him slipping. He's caught him slipping before, so it's not like he's not used to this style. The only thing is on the hard court, Ugo be hitting them crazy angles, bro. Ugo be hitting them angles like right up to the net damn near, like off cross court. He be hitting some shit, so it might do the trick on Marozsan. It might not. I really can't say because it's really hard to gauge where his fitness is right now. So I just want to leave the match alone. Me personally, if you guys end up playing it, let me know. All right. All right. Now I'm going to preface for this match we don't have to talk about it too long, okay? We have Carlos Alcaraz, our number 2 seed, going against Arthur Rinderknech, our Frenchman. Now, it is 4-0 in their head-to-head history. They've played in only 2 places, which is kind of absurd. They played in the Queen's Club Grass Tournament, and they played in the U.S. Open. Those are the only 2 places they see each other. And the first 2 times Rinderknech played him, he was able to take a set. Over the past year, he hasn't been able to take a single set from him. So it's been relatively close. He covers like a 4-game spread. This is Carlos's first match since winning a career slam. So might be a little bit of rust on him. Maybe he tends to do that at times. So we have Rinderknech, who lost to Tsitsipas back in the first round in Rotterdam as well. So let's give a good look and see what this price is for Alki. Minus 7,000. Sick. If Rinderknech's form is... Now, he's one of those people also as well, like, he'll be playing well and then start playing like crap a little bit, and then out of nowhere, he's just, like, super good. So, this first round match could be like the, oh, snap, he's playing really good. He's not going to beat him, but I still think that it could go long because Carlos might be, easing into things like how he usually does with tournaments. Kind of plays a bit in the first few rounds, and then once it ramps up to like once the numbered rounds go away and they start become lettered rounds like QF and SF and F, his seriousness also amplifies. So maybe this could be a little bit of a goofy match. The spread is at minus 6.5. Him beating him by that much is a little bit crazy. It's plus money for him to cover that, Alcaraz. So if you think he beats him by 7 games, you think it goes, I don't know, 7-6, 6-0, go crazy. I think Rinderknech is a bit better than that. I don't think he's ever gotten beaten that badly by Carlos, not even in a Grand Slam. So definitely put that into perspective. Maybe take the spread, but I'm not touching that. I could care less. Carlos wins. And then last but not least, for sure not least, in Doha, we have Jesper de Jong going against the returning champion, Andre Rublev. Yes. Yes. This is going to be their, I believe, first head-to-head. No, they played each other once before on the clay in Barcelona. Rublev got rid of him pretty smoothly, 6-1, 6-3. I think de Jong actually plays better on the clay, which is kind of interesting. But there's not a lot of places where Rublev, like, you can see on his face, he feels like confident, like fully confident when he gets there and plays. And then even in the matches, this is a place that even if you don't think he looks that confident, he feels comfortable here. Because he's been here since 2018. He loves Doha, okay? Brother has been in 3 finals. He lost to Monfils back in 2018. Lost to Moutet, another Frenchman, back in 2020. But he took the title himself last year in 2025, beating Jack Draper. He'll be facing de Jong, right? And I don't know if de Jong is going to... He's never been here before, so... This is great for Rublev. He should probably win in straight sets, but de Jong is like, I've said it before, this guy's a little bit of a troublemaker. Like, he kind of can ruin some things for some people at times. So he kind of plays with a lot of heart and doesn't give up a lot. So Rublev plays the same, but His caliber is way higher, obviously. We can give a good look at that, and then pop on over to Rio. They don't even have prices on this yet on FanDuel. So we got to go check at DraftKings. Got to go check. Okay. Whew. They're paying you dog water for that. Minus 610 for Rublev. Jeez. I think he goes over 12.5. De Jong is going to have him a little bit. I think, yeah. I don't know, man. Let's look real quick, actually. Let's see how Rublev was playing Doha last year, man. Got rid of Bublik, Borges with the quickness. Okay. Yeah. Bro, the draw he went through is so crazy. He was so locked in, bro. He beat Bublik first round, Borges second round, Demonar third round in a tiebreak, a third set tiebreak. Felix Auger-Aliassime in a 3-set tiebreak, and then destroyed Jack Draper in a third set 6-1 decider. So crazy performance from Rublev that last year. I'd be coming into this tournament feeling like the man of the year again, but something tells me that this is the young guy, man. I don't know, bro. You saw what he did to Khachanov. He done pushed Khachanov over that line. I told you that was going to happen there. So I feel like he can do the same thing, bro. Khachanov and Rublev are kind of in the same boat of getting like disrupted by players, you know? It's minus 135 for Rublev to hit that over. It's a bit too risky for me, but for the first round, but I do think it's going to happen. I do really like that bet. I do think it's good money. All right. Let's move on. A third of the way through things. We've gotten all the way to Rio de Janeiro. So, who do we have first? Looks like we have Tomas Barrios Vera going against Matteo Berrettini. Berrettini. He's played him once before back in 2016. Won in straights. Very low class. A 10K tournament. So they were kids. It's 10 years ago. 19, 18 years of age when they played. Last, they are grown men. About to be in their 30s. So we'll see how this goes, but I think we know how this goes. Tomas Barrios Vera, we'll call him TBV for now, is ranked 107, but Berrettini's ranked 57. They're 50 ranks apart. Now, we've been seeing Berrettini play pretty well, but he lost to Khachanov, and I told you, that dude is not to be played with. Then we had TBV lose to Prizmic, right? In straight sets, the next-gen finalist in Jeddah this past year. So, what does that tell me? That tells me that Berrettini is going to be winning. And his price is probably going to be absurd. Minus 350 is not that crazy. Still don't be trusting him, though. Even though he's only won one match, and he's been playing really well recently. Honestly, he's been playing quite well. But I just don't trust it. For that price, definitely not. He can get pushed. And the Chilean might be able to push him a little bit. Maybe just hold for 5 games. I don't even think so, honestly. I think the under for him will probably hit. Maybe straight set win. I don't know what that's worth, but Probably minus money. Yeah, minus 130. Don't touch it. I saw that Jakub Menchik had his straight sets against that Jan Cholinsky guy. So it was minus 200, and people were talking about taking it. I was like, I hate touching that. I hate touching things that are minus 200 for something that is such a hard thing to do. Like, beating someone in straight should never be minus 200. I don't care who it is. But it didn't happen. He ended up winning 2-1. So, and whenever it's minus like that, you're better off just betting on the 2-1. That's my 2 cents on it. You're just better off rooting for that, because, yeah. Anyway, Berrettini. Sorry, I was on that a little bit too long. All right. Our next match is Camilo Ugo Carabelli going against Roman Burrachaga. And, God, we just saw these guys play each other in a final, a challenger final. Camilo won in straights, 6-2, 6-3. He's been playing the better tennis out of the two, for sure. But definitely not somebody you want to count out in this. When it comes to these people playing each other, and when I say these people, I mean anybody from the same country playing each other in a different country, like in Latin America specifically right now, it's like too crazy, bro. It's like too crazy to call. I would say that I think Ugo wins because of what I've talked about last week about him, but and same with Burrachaga. Okay, Ugo Carabelli has a 5% win rate over Burrachaga over Clay. Okay, 65% to 60%. Take that. Run with it. He's minus 150, I think. Which is like crazy. He's minus 136, even better. It's a good price for him, but you will be sweating your glands off. Okay? Just remember that. I don't think it'll be a straightforward win for either of these gentlemen. Could go to 3 sets, but I'm not willing to go there. So, our next match is going to be Dino Prizmic going against Francisco Pizarro. Both of these guys played pretty well in their qualities matches, but Pizarro did play a bit. They played once before, it looks like, as well. Prizmic lost, but no. What is this? Find out this crap. Yeah, Pizarro beat him in 3 sets on a challenger back in 2023. Too long ago to say, but it wasn't the clay. And that was at a time when he was ranked, what is that, 300. He's now ranked 122. So I do think that this new and improved Dino Prizmic might be a bit of a threat. But like I said, I don't really feel comfortable betting on this one either. Kind of want to see how they come out of this one. Yeah. Better for me not to touch, my friend. All right, next match we have another battle of the countrymen. In a different country, we have Tomas Martin Echeverry going against Francisco Comesaña, the 2 Argentinians in Brazil. Again, we have double of this matchup. I don't want to touch this, but Echargui has been grinding his boots off, and in their head-to-heads, he's always gotten a set, so I would just take him for a set. It's 2-1 him in their head-to-head. They've always played on clay, but the most recent time they played, he won in straight sets, and that was last year. He's minus 175. I'll probably play him on DraftKings because I like Komasanya more, and for plus 143, nah. Yeah, Echargui to get a set is minus 475, so you got to take him to win or take him for a spread or something, or over 12.5 games. It's a prop pick. It's minus 125. Komasanya can push him. Does it every time. So definitely take the Echargui over 12.5, but yeah, take the Echargui over 12.5. These guys have been playing as well, so we know they're good to go. And as far as the records on the, I almost forgot about that. Echargui has a 65%, almost 65% win rate, and Komasanya has a 63.6. He went 18-13 last season. Echargui went 9-14, still with a higher win percentage. Starting this year off strong with 3-1. Komasanya 1-2. So let's move right along. Now, looks like we have Juan Manuel Cerundolo going against Luciano Darteri. The poor chap lost in the final. Did his thing, though, up until that point. I'm sure he's not done beating up on some Argentinians, and looks like when they do play in Rio, he does get the win. But we've been seeing the form that this guy's been playing in recently. He's just looking too good. The only person that could have beaten him was Cerundolo, and I'm not mad at that whatsoever. But damn. This guy is good. Now, going against the lefty, Juan Manuel, his history against lefties is pretty decent. I don't really worry about him all too much, to be quite frank. He's gone through lefties quite recently. He went through, who was that, Tabilo, about back in Auckland. And that was really about it. Played him again in Chengdu, didn't do too well. But on the clay, I know he does play well against the lefties. But let's just confirm, you know? Oh, shit. Five and 4 over the past 365 days. But he's 32-24 against them career-wise. So he's on a two-match winning streak against them. Usually wins 2, loses 1, wins 2, loses 1, wins 2, loses 1. But maybe this is where things switch up. Maybe he wins again. Let's see what he's priced at. I don't like him getting off of a final and then coming into a new tournament. I don't like betting on people when they have to do that. I don't know how tired they are. But we know that this guy can play a lot of tennis and not get tired. So that is the one thing I do know. We've seen him win back-to-back tournaments. So he can go to back-to-back finals in places if he'd like to. But those were in 250s. This is a 500 where it's going to be a lot more higher stakes. Bigger ballers are going to be here. So it might not be as much of a cakewalk as he had it. What's he priced at? Oh, you're bugging. 285? God damn. Minus 285. Well, there's that. Him winning in straights, minus 120. Wouldn't touch that either. Jeez. No fun at all. Can't have any fun at all. Well, I like him winning, but I wouldn't put no money on it because of the price. I don't like it. All right. Now, with that, we can move on to our next match, where we have, again, another Argentinian doubleheader. It's ridiculous, bro. We have the other brother, Francisco Cerundolo, going against Mariano Navone. One between them. Played in Bostad, where Cerundolo won in straights. Now, he did just win his tournament, right? Now, based on the Felix theory, winning one, getting far in the next is my hunch here. I think he doesn't win back-to-back tournaments. I don't think he wins a 250 and then a 500. If he does, go crazy, bro. Go absolutely crazy. So, I think he gets the money line here. I don't think he loses in the first round, is what I'll say. He very rarely does that. Very, very rarely does that. Navone, he just keep getting beaten by countrymen too, because he just lost to Ugo Carabelli, another Argentinian. What's the price on Cerundolo? On Big Rundolo. Minus 224. I like it. I like it. Let's move on. Oh, Lord. Jeez. Oh, goodness. All right, our next match is going to be Damir Dzumhur going against Pedro Martinez. Whoo, boy. This is going to be a mess. 1-1 between them. 1-0. There was a retirement. Listen to this. They played twice last year on the clay. Okay? This is a circus. First set, Dzumhur, 6-0. Next set, Martinez, 6-2. Third set, Martinez, 7-6. Next time they play, in a quarterfinal in Bucharest, 6-1 Dzumhur, 2-0 retirement Martinez. So there's that. Dzumhur has been going through it recently. Martinez has been playing very well. He went against someone who made it to the final. He did look like he was in form and good to go on this here clay. Now the weather, which I haven't talked about yet. Let's check it out real quick. It's going to be hot. Which means it's probably going to be fast. But it will be high humidity as well. It'll be uncomfortable as heck. It's gonna be a sweat bucket day tomorrow. Huge sweat bucket day tomorrow. So I like Dzumhur because he's a sweat bucket type of guy. This might be the set 2 demon territory. I would really think that he could pop in and do some damage for us, but yeah, I wouldn't want to touch this match. It's just these two together, count me out. Too chaotic and too many variables, like especially with this heat. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Watch it and then be like, I see why you said don't bet on it. All right, next match we have Jaime Faria going against Sebastian Baez, last year's champion here in Rio de Janeiro. So definitely going to be looking to get it popping. Oh my goodness. keep doing me like this? This is going to be their first time playing, the two of them. Baez and... It still says that Taberner's playing him, but it's Faria. So... Like I said, Baez already got a title here last season. He's coming off of losing in the semifinals, which is a little bit like, hey, bro, I wasn't done yet back at home. He's going to be coming in here with a chip on his shoulder, for sure. For sure. He already lost at home, and he won here, so he's going to be here to claim his shit, for sure. Let's see what the price is on him. Let me check Jaime Faria real quick. See. Hey, you want to start being slow? Okay. Ten and 5 on the clay last season. 60 and 57. So very iffy, Mr. Jaime Faria. The young 22-year-old. So give me Baez. Or give me death. Minus 429. Does he win in straights? I think so. Minus 165. First set of money line, I feel a little bit more better taking that. What's that at? Minus 250. A little bit too low for me. But DraftKings Fantasy, Sebastian Baez, by all means, take it. Take it, 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 take it. I want you to take it. Take it off of you. All right. Next match, we have... it's another battle of the countrymen. But it's here now. We have João Fonseca, our hometown hero, our youngin, going against Thiago Monteiro. This is going to be their first head-to-head. They are 12 years apart. A very similar win rate on the clay. Now, we know that Fonseca best be getting this dub here. But this is one of those situations, bro, where this is a volatile match. We've talked about this last week. We've talked about this. This guy, this kid, is great at tennis. João Fonseca is fantastic. But when you put a stadium of people screaming his name while he's trying to serve around him, he can't be that good. Not just yet. He has to really develop a crazy blockage mentally for his specific fans. Because there's no one else that does this to him but his own people, which is a damn shame, honestly. Because he plays great when they're not there, but if he's playing here, he's got to feel like he's done a bit better with this. But I don't know, man. His loss to Tabilo, definitely, I bet on Tabilo to beat him in the first round. I don't know, man. I don't know. We saw him literally win a title in Basel on the indoor courts, but what have we seen him do? We saw him win Buenos Aires last year. He came here and won that title, right? But I don't know, man. He lost the first round against Alexander Muller back at Rio. First round. Straight sets. And Muller is good on the clay, but he's not good enough to just beat this kid. Same percentage, 60% win rate. Now he just has level from experience, this kid just has level. So, like, the fact that he couldn't produce the win is probably due to pressure. What is the spread for this Thiago Monteiro? Because he's not going to he's 30 years old. This man is going to try to capitalize off this win as best as he can. What's the spread at? I think he can cover a 4.5. It's minus 175. I think he can cover it. I'm analyzing my thoughts. Had a very close challenger match with Ignacio Buthe back in September. That was a while ago. Got bageled some guy, but then lost with a breadstick and 6-3 to Ugo Delien. This is going to be a crazy match. I'd say just don't touch it, man. It's too much to think about. Nothing straightforward about it. Based on what we know, there's going to be some malarkey attached to that match. So just don't even associate it to yourself. All right, let's just move on. Our last match is going to be Luis Miguel going against Luis Galbas. And Miguel is Brazilian. Okay, so this is going to be a big crowd behind him. He's 16 years old. Okay. He made it to the quarterfinals in the Juniors Australian Open. So people are going to be here looking for him. He's going to have a big support behind him. He made it to the semifinals in the Juniors U.S. Open. This kid might be a little bit promising. Going against the Lithuanian 21-year-old Galbas. He's got a terrible record on the clay, 4-12. All right, yeah, Galbas might be doing him in here. Something vicious. He's got a 63% win rate. He's minus 830 to win. Jesus. Is this going to be another situation of like Popperin against that Zayed guy where he just like only got 2 games in? The spread, the max spread is at 8 games and it's at plus 270. If you think that happens, take it. But I think you're better off just going with the 5.5, winning 6-3, 6-3 or something like that. I think that'll be just fine for that match. I haven't seen these two play, so also take what I say about this match with a bit more of a grain of salt. But yeah, we're getting into treacherous waters, friends. We've made it all the way to the beaches of Del Rey. Still first round we'll be chatting about, but we got 2, 4, 6, 7 matches left to talk about. So hopefully I can knock them out for you. It's going to be a long video, though, regardless. I'll timestamp everything, I promise. All right. Our first match we'll be talking about in Del Rey Beach. It's going to be Alexander Kovacevic going against Zach Svajda, the big brother. Now it is 2-0 Kovacevic. Played in Los Cabos and qualies where he ended up going, no. They played in qualies. He won 6-4, 6-4. And then in the Lexington Challenger 4 years ago where he won 7-5, 6-1. So he's gotten progressively better at beating him. But Svajda is somebody who I'm expecting one of these days to pop out into the scene. The Svajda brothers are good. He won the San Diego Challenger, beating Sebastian Korda in the final, right before going to Dallas. Now he's in Del Rey Beach, not dropping a single set. Yeah, this should be an interesting one. You beat somebody 3 times, you become their daddy. Is Fida looking to be sunned tomorrow by Kovacevic? It's a crazy way to start your 2026. I'll tell you that much, brethren. Now, let's look at their hardcourt records. Now, obviously, there's going to be a bit of a discrepancy here because Svida is playing at a challenger level. Kovacevic is playing still at the ATP level, so 56% win rate for Kovacevic on the hard, 62.9 for Svida. Like I said, though, it's mostly challengers. He did get pretty decently deep into a few tournaments that weren't challengers. He made it to the second round in Washington, D.C., second round in the U.S. Open, qualified all the way through, and qualified all the way through to the first round of the Australian Open. He's been playing very good. He's only lost like 2 matches since March. Since September. Wow. That's actually really impressive. He's lost to Foki and Yannick Hoffman. He's beaten everybody else he's played. Sebastian Korda being the hardest one. And then second to that is probably Yibing Wu. So, if you can beat Korda, you can beat Kovacevic. You can definitely beat him. Now, I don't know how he responds. Maybe he's a victim to the one-handed backhand. Maybe that's what does him in whenever they play. But it's been a decent amount of time for him to learn from that. It's been almost 2 years. I think he'll be good to beat him now. This may be the upset, guys. This may be the upset. Let's see what the price is on this. He's the favorite. Svida. Well, I'll be damned. That is crazy. That's crazy, bro. They know better. They're like, nah, this motherfucker's been playing too well. Take him for a set if you don't like the I'll play him on DraftKings. I like that. All right, let's move on. Jeez. Sorry. Our next match is going to be Sebastian Korda going against Mackenzie McDonald. Haven't seen Mac in a minute, huh? They played 3 years ago on the clay. Went to a 3-setter because it was the French Open. Sebastian Korda won, obviously, in all 3 of those sets. And there is a 66 rank difference in them currently in today's time. We've been seeing really just challenger level performances from Mackenzie McDonald. We saw him pretty much participate in the Australian Open after getting through qualies halfway and losing to Demonar oh so convincingly. But before that was Athens, first round. He lost to Echargui, and I think that deflated him a bit because we hadn't seen him in some time. Retired his most recent match in France in a challenger. And now you're going against Sebastian Korda. Don't know what to tell this guy right here. It's minus 400 for Sebastian Korda. Excuse me. One thing about Korda is he, depending on the right opponent, can really push him over a certain amount of games. I don't know if this is the one, but yeah. I'll leave this match alone. I have no interest in this match whatsoever. And our next match we'll be getting into is going to be Brandon Nakashima going against Marin Cilic. And I'm not too thrilled about this one either. Cilic did beat him a year and some change ago in Hangzhou. He was just ball striking way better. Was acing just as well as him, but was just playing better, I guess. They are but 14 ranks apart. Nakashima is a bit streaky. Lost in straights to Taylor Fritz, which is quite understandable. Lost to Medvedev, Botic Van de Zandskog. Both of these guys lost to Taylor Fritz in Dallas. He went to the final, lost to Ben Shelton, as we know. Cha-ching. Chilis was playing really pretty great in Dallas, so I definitely trust the form that he was in, even for the age that he's is at. So let's see. Well, jeez. Thank you. Chilich has been in Del Rey before. Remember, he did win the title back in... Oh, you don't remember this. I don't even remember this. He won the title back in 2014. Quite some time ago. Nakashima, he made it to the quarterfinal last year, right? Lost to Matteo Arnaldi, of all people. I haven't seen him in a minute. But was able to get through Riley Opelka and James Schroeder. But going against Chilich, a former title holder here. What will he do? I have no desire to bet on this one, but let's see the prices so you guys can feel knowledgeable. Minus 160 for Nakashima, plus 130 for Chilich. I would think that Chilich might be able to snag a set. It's minus 225, not worth enough. Maybe take him for the spread at plus 3.5. Minus 240 on that. I don't fancy taking it, but you go right ahead. And let's move on to our next match, shall we? Getting into treacherous waters here. All right, which is going to be probably a really good one to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be Ethan Quinn going against Rafael Hodar. Rafa Hodar, the Spaniard who went to UVA, University of Virginia. So, spent some college time here. He also was the guy that beat Lerner Tien in the Jeddah Finals. Played pretty well in qualies, and then he had his first round match against Denis Shapovalov, who then made it to the semifinals. So, understandable there. Quinn lost to Chilich, who was playing lights out, but went to a tie break with him. So I definitely trust the skills of Ethan Quinn. With this Hodar kid is good, but I still think he needs some more ATP experience. The fact that they got these guys pretty even money, I think it could go to 3 sets. Don't get me wrong, but I do think Ethan Quinn will have a bit of some, I don't know. He was here last year. He made it to the second round. Lost to Giron. But he was able to beat Boyer. It's Fido. So, I don't know. I think it's weird that the price is what it's at. Hodar hasn't been here before. Maybe he might struggle with the windiness of the beach. You know, over there in Del Rey Beach, it do have some odd wind at times. It can make it a little bit unsatisfying for people trying to play some tennis. It's a little bit annoying for those that aren't used to those conditions. I told you that if you weren't going to be used to those conditions, like someone like Vacherot, he went against Mickelson, who is a California boy. He plays on beaches probably his whole life, so he's so used to that. And he ended up winning in straight sets against Vacherot, someone he probably shouldn't have lost to or beaten. But conditions and location be like everything in this sport. So my guess is Quinn. All right. And we move on. Our next match Fuck. It's going to be Adam Walton going against Gabe Diallo. And it looks like he was supposed to be facing somebody else, but they pulled out. Making Walton the lucky loser. Well, he is a lucky loser. He's been going against some people that have been having a bad time out here. I mean, he's been going against a... I'm sorry, I misspoke. He's going against a Diallo who's been having a bad time out here. Diallo was here 2 years ago, made it to the first round, lost to Nuno Borges. Adam Walton was here last year, lost in the first round in Lerner TN, straight sets. Now he's been qualifying his way through, lost to Shimabukuro, which makes me think that he's probably fish food for the Diallo. What's he priced at? Minus 275. Diallo, you got to get this win, bro. You got to get this win. You got to get this win. Why? Because Adam Walton has had a 32-23 season last season with an almost 65% win rate. You have a 62, bro. You went 17-15 last season, and you're 1-3 this season. You got to get a win, bro. I'm not going to be there to bet on it, but you should win this match, Diallo. Personally, I'm just telling you as a friend. I care. I want to see you be great. All right, in our next match, we got two more left, friends. We have Miomir Kecmanovic going against Matteo Bellucci. And this is going to be a funny one. If you didn't know, Miomir Kecmanovic won this title last year. He is the returning champion over Taylor Fritz, who won back-to-back in 2024 and 2023, as we spoke about in previous videos. But, yeah, he's here. And he's been playing some lefties recently, and he has some good practice. He took a set off Ben Shelton, and that's who beat him in Dallas. He'll be looking to annihilate Matteo Bellucci. So, I think this is a perfect storm right here. Let's see what the price is at. Oh, minus 220. Plus 110. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Give me Kecmanovic in straights. Give me Kecmanovic in straights. 2-0. I like that. And that's some smoke. We worked an hour for it, but we made it to here. I might be going with that, friends. Why? Because Bellucci's been on a bit of a stinker. He's only been able to prove himself at a challenger level. He's been losing in the first round in qualies most places he's going. I don't even know if he's been here before. Let's see. Bellucci. Yeah, 2023, lost in qualies. It's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it, is it? It's not going to cut it, is it, Squidward? And Kecmanovic, he's been here since 2020, so he knows this place pretty well. Pretty well. Been in 2 finals, right? He lost to Taylor Fritz back in 2023. But he's been in the finals here. He knows Del Rey Beach. So, it does take him usually 3 sets to get through people here. So, I do think that he can... I think with the form he's in, he can still win in straights. But if you don't like to take that, you can just take the money line, minus 220. I think that is a solid bet to take for tomorrow. A lock, if you will. And then our last, but oh so not least, match. I'm looking forward to this one. It's the first of the year from our boy, Quarantine Moutet, going against Tommy Paul. Holy. What are we going to get here, friends? It is 1-0. Tommy Paul went to a tiebreak in the first set and 6-3 in the second in Paris on the clay back in 2024 in the third round. Now, Moutet we haven't seen him since Australian Open. He played against Carlos Alcaraz, who won the entire thing. So I know he feels pretty good about that. We have Khachanov, who beat Tommy Paul, right? Tommy Paul got sent packing in the second round to Khachanov. Just couldn't do much against him, and now he's got to go against a lefty. I'm sure he's excited to do that. I'm sure he's so thrilled to have to do that. Because our boy Tommy is 2-2 against lefties over the past year, but career-wise, he's 59-26. He eats lefties for lunch. And we know that Tommy Paul has been in this tournament for quite some time. If I can just find it. He pops in randomly, right? So we saw him in... Is this right? What is this? Hold on. No. He's been playing there since 2016 all the way up to now. Pops in every now and again. He's only made it to one final. But he's made it to 2 semis. He knows his place quite well. He's 8-6 here, but... Moutet, I don't know. Has he been here before? He ain't been here before. He might be troubled by the winds of the beach. What is the price for Mr. Paul? Minus 300. Well, I'll be damned. Yeah. If Moutet figures it out sooner than later, I don't know. He might not have enough time. Moutet's someone that can figure out things when playing people, and kind of create problems for them as he plays, especially with the left hand and the angles. But they're 10 ranks apart, not very far. My worry is if it's too windy. Let's check that out. Weather, Del Rey Beach. So same type of situation as how it's going to be in Doha, but even nicer. So just 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Low winds. It's perfect weather. It's the type of weather you just want to. Winds, east winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Okay. Could be a little bit shifty for them depending on what time they're playing. If they're playing in the evening, which I think they are, those winds will definitely mess with Moutet's slices, because they might float out of balance and go wide or go long. So definitely a bit worried about how this is his first match coming into the season after the Australian Open, but it is what it is. This is how things go. This is how cookies crumble, friends. So with that, I will cap everything off and say thank you guys for watching this movie of a video. This is literally as long as a Disney movie, so I can't believe I'm sitting here talking all this time, but here I am talking all this time. I appreciate you guys for watching, listening to my breakdowns. Hopefully you got some good info on what to play. I'll be only probably still playing 2 things out of all these. Anyway, let me know what you guys got going on for tomorrow. I know not everyone's going to be able to catch everything. Yeah. I noticed that not everybody's even touching on some of these matches, so It is what it is. Leave the best to the best, all right? I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Big